Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope each one of you is in the best of your health. We're not talking about big fancy cars or people today, but in fact we're talking about some most dangerous insects alive today. It's been said that for every human in the world there are 200 million insects. With that in mind, insects heavily overweigh human population, but some of these insects can actually cause real problem for us, either through their bites or stings. In this video today, we're gonna talk about some of the most dangerous insects around the whole world and those insects which can deliver the most painful deaths. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so that you are able to see more such interesting videos. And press the bell icon so that you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Now without further ado, let's get started. At the bottom of the list comes Tarantula hawk. Tarantula hawks are either hawks or tarantulas, but these 5 cm wasps do have a strong relationship with tarantulas. They hunt down wild spiders and then proceed to sting them. This paralyzes the tarantula. The hawk then drags the spider into the burrow. It then lays an egg on the top of the spider, and when the egg becomes a larva, it then consumes the still alive tarantula. Tarantula hawks can be found all around the world, but there are about 250 tarantula hawk species that are found in South America. They actually tend to avoid humans and are often docile, but if they are concerned, they strike. Its sting is considered to be one of the most painful out of all insects. It's said that the sting stops you from doing anything except scream, which will continue for about 4 minutes at least. There is only one other species which is described as more painful, but let's put that aside for later. So if you spot a tarantula hawk in the wild, the best is to stay away from it. Next comes Maricopa harvester ant. Maricopa harvester ants, or its Latin name, Bugano rex maricopa, is an ant that can be regularly found in the United States and particularly in South states such as Arizona. They are also found in Central America. Like every other type of ant, they are fearlessly protective of their colony. If ants find someone near their nest, they will attack. However, the Maricopa harvester ant is a lot more aggressive. Not only do they have a violent bite, but they also have a stinger. They bite the victim on their lower jaws. After that, they use the stinger, and it is said that the stinger has one of the most toxic insect venom in the whole world. It's a bit of a double threat. A single sting is said to be 20 times more potent than the honeybee. The venom itself also has a smell that causes other ants to attack the victim as well. Maricopa ants are not a threat to humans particularly, but in certain situations they could be, such as a person being allergic to ants, but mostly they just cause a lot of pain. However, the pain could last up to a week. Next on the list comes the executioner wasp. This executioner wasp is a perfect example for the saying not to judge a book by its cover. Don't take it lightly. These wasps can be found in Central and South America. It is one of the largest paper wasp in the whole area, with a body up to 3 centimeters in length. On the plus side, they have very small nests with 4 to 13 adults and 1 queen to rule the whole hive. In 2018, Coyote Peterson from the YouTube channel Brave Wilderness decided to find out how bad the pain really is. As soon as the venom was ejected into his body, he started twisting on the floor in pain and agony. His arm muscles began to seize as the pain turned into a burning sensation. He described the sting as the worst he had ever experienced. The area of his arm where he was stung is said to have left a scar. Next on the list comes killer bees. Africanized bees, or the killer bees, first came into existence in 1956. The Brazilian scientist imported African honey bees in an attempt to breed a more productive strain of bees in South America. However, the imported bees escaped the lab, and soon jailbreak bees bred with the European honeybees in the area and created hybrid killer bees. The name itself suggests a remorseful species, which is accurate. They are said to be more aggressive than the European honeybees. Killer bees have been known to hunt a perceived threat for up to a quarter of a mile, and when they see that their nest is in danger, they act a lot more quickly and in more numbers than the normal bees. On the plus side, the killer bees are smaller than most bees though, and as a result, they don't contain as much venom individually as other bees on the list, but their vast numbers soon make up for that. Stung humans get dizziness, pain, headache, rashes, and nausea from the venom. In more serious cases, it can lead to a respiratory disaster and renal issues. This species soon spread out from South America. The killer bee has now made appearances in North America as well. Next in the video come mosquitoes. These cruel little creatures can be found all around the world, and they are commonly found in tropical regions. Mosquitoes don't possess a painful sting, but the sting can cause serious issues for people. Mosquitoes are considered one of the most dangerous insects on the whole planet. Malaria, West Nile virus, Zika virus, dengue fever are just a handful of serious diseases they can spread. These diseases can be spread to hundreds and millions of people through mosquitoes. While on the positive side, not every species of mosquitoes is a carrier of a nasty disease. Sometimes they're just a normal nuisance. A normal bite from a mosquito can leave an area inflamed and itchy. A pharmacy purchased cream could help you get rid of those annoying symptoms, but if you feel unwell after a nibble from a mosquito, do seek medical advice. Next on the list comes the driver ant. Driver ant's main claim to fame comes from Indiana Jones in a crystal skull. Well, the events of that scene are exaggerated, of course. It still gives us an idea of what these beasts are actually capable of. Driver ants are also known as duralists. They are found in central and east of Africa and in certain parts of Asia. Driver ants also have the biggest colony in the whole world. Oftentimes, there will be 22 million of these ants in their nests. If that's not concerning enough for you, these species are known to consume anything that is edible in their path. If an unsuspecting insect or a small animal find itself in these creatures, well, they'll soon find themselves swarmed by the ants. Driver ants also have stingers just like other ants, however, it's their bites that are used more often. Their bites are so strong that sometimes small African tribes use driver ants to help suture wounds. They force the ants to bite down on the either side of the wound, and then they pull the ant away, leaving the head embedded. The driver ants are also able to plan and coordinate their attacks. Next on the list comes the asp caterpillar. An asp caterpillar resembles with the sentient toupee, but appearances can be deceptive. In this case, very much so. This caterpillar can be found in central parts of America and southern states of US such as Florida and Virginia. Their magnificent hair has so many venomous spines. The spines are gonna stick to a person's skin for the next 12 hours that the person is going to be in great pain. The pain is likened to be the feeling of a broken bone. The pain can also feel like a burning sensation, and in more rare cases, people also have chest pains, numbness, and difficulty breathing. For a teenager, it could be worse. By accident, Ryan Parrish made contact with this fuzzy bug in Georgia. The asp caterpillar was held in his arm for mere moments, but a few minutes later, Parrish reacted badly. He ended up going to the hospital after falling unconscious. Luckily, he managed to recover, but you can clearly see the mark of the asp on his arm. If by any chance you see that hairy blob in the wilderness, please do not go near it. Next on the list comes an ant with a really interesting name, the bullet ant. We're now at one of the most painful insect stings. This species can be found in Central and South American rainforests. When a person is stung by a bullet ant, not only is it utterly painful, but it lasts about 24 hours. On top of that, it's not unusual for people to experience swelling around the wound. One tribe in Brazil uses these scary beasts as a part of an initiation. When a boy wants to have a status of a man, they are given a pair of hand-woven gloves. Woven inside the gloves there are many bullet ants. The ants are sedated when the gloves are created, but once they are awake the ritual begins. The boy then has to wear the gloves for 5 extremely painful minutes. He only has a layer of charcoal on his hands to protect himself. The boy has to go through this about 20 times altogether in the course of several months. So yeah, I think I'd rather stay a boy for my whole life than this. With that, at the top of the list comes the Asian giant hornet. The Asian giant hornets, as the name suggests, are rather big. On average, their body is almost 5 centimeters in length. Just look at this picture. It's a bug dreamed into nightmares. Even their stinger is intimidating at 6 millimeters in length. On top of that, the venom itself can damage tissues, leaving severe swelling around the area. It's incredibly painful to be stung by this hornet. It's been described by teenagers as having a hot nail driven through your skin. Asian giant hornets are also the enemy of honeybees. They have been shown to wipe out entire bee colonies in minutes. And these colonies can also contain up to 8,000 bees due to their size. Hornets easily dominate their smaller counterparts, however the bees have developed a very interesting defense against them. They use their vast numbers and engulf the hornets, becoming all of bees. They then can flop their wings and heat up the hornet inside the bee ball for around 46 degrees Celsius. The honeybees also increase the carbon dioxide around the hornet. After a brief time, the hornet perishes from a lethal combination. And after watching this video, I hope that you don't go near an attractive little bug that looks cute. Tell me in the comment section down below which of these insects did you find the most dangerous, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon.